I've spent over 200 days in this world so far, but my base is absolutely pathetic. It's like really bad. So in this video, I'm going to create the most impressive underground base I've ever crafted with everything we need to survive, over 1.5 million items of storage, and all while surviving in real hardcore Minecraft. Let's go. So we have spent over 205 days now in this world, and this is the base we're still working out of, which was built literally on day 25. So we're in a desperate need of an upgrade. Just as an example, this is the entire base, and then this is the entrance, which is much bigger than our entire base. So this needs to be fixed. Now I am going to keep our main kind of base underground, and I'm not going to delete this. I want to keep this as like a remembrance for humble beginnings. But we no longer require this entrance here, which was the original entrance into our base before we dug this entire thing out. We literally used to have a ladder to get into this base. I haven't actually used this ladder for like 150 days. So let me go ahead and finally put a top on this thing. There we go. It's shut off forever. Now there's a couple villages in here. Let's get them down. Come down here, guys. You can go and wander off into the world, into civilization. Go on, mate. Anyway, I think the perfect way to do this is to keep the same entrance. So what I'm going to do is just remove some of these blocks here. I'm going to just fill all of this in. Okay, there we go. It's a little bit deeper now. Now I'm going to remove these and add some oak logs in here, just like we have over there, because I want to keep the base a similar design that we've done here, just so we can kind of effectively have a bigger version of the base. So we're paying homage to the original beginnings. So I'll go up by one more block here and then add in exactly what we added in over here. So like the entrance to this side is exactly the same as over here. Now I think I should section off the bottom with some logs and then add in some andesite just in a checkered pattern like this. Okay, that's all right. Now because it's a little bit dark, I'm going to add in a little lantern like this just in the middle on both sides. And you know what? We'll add a stair on the top too, just to make it a little bit more even. And there we go. Very nice. Okay, so I'm sure this is a good time to mention it, but I literally have no idea how this is going to look. I'm building this with no plan at all. So I'm just going to start digging, I guess. I do want this to be multi-leveled, not just one level like this one was. So I guess I want this to come out to like a little balcony area. So we'll expand this by 5 blocks, or make it 6 blocks. Well, that's a bit more than 6. Just so I can place in another line of oak logs here, just like that. And we'll do the same thing on this side. Okay, there we go. We've got a 5-block section on this side, and of course a 5-block section on this side. Now I don't need my elytra, so I'm going to replace this for now, because I don't want to keep gliding everywhere. It's getting a bit annoying. Okay, so with this top level, it's probably going to also go 5 blocks over. So we're going to go another 3, just like this. So then there's 5 blocks here, and I'll place some oak logs here, just so we know exactly where the kind of middle is. And then we'll place another one here. We'll just dig this line out, just like that. And then again, you know what? I'm going to light up this area, because I don't want anything mean to spawn. That would be a bit annoying. So this looks good to me for now. We're going to walk out here. We're going to be on the 2nd level of the base, or maybe even the 3rd level, who knows. And we're going to be able to jump off, but up here will be like a walking area, I guess. Now this entire thing is going to have a humongous auto sorting system, because right now our chest sorting area is not very good, but it's going to be set up so that we don't even have to go into the base to drop off the items. The drop off point will still be inside of this base. So I'll literally be able to drop the things off in this section, and they'll automatically head down into here and get sorted out. That's not an auto farm, don't worry. We're still not doing any auto farms in this series. This is an auto sorting system, just so we don't have to go through each chest every single time we drop off items. Now, I think we're going to need to make this another 2 sections long on each side. Let's just do 1 for now, just like that. So once again, 5 blocks. Each little section is going to be 5 blocks wide. Alrighty, this is starting to get a lot bigger, but nowhere near as big as it's going to get. We even have some villagers walking around in here. So I'm going to try and build out this whole level here, just kind of dig it out, just so I can kind of get a better idea, because I'm a little bit stumped right now. I need to just dig and see what our pickaxe can create for us. So enjoy the time lapse. Alright, so the entire upper level is now excavated out and it's looking pretty good to me. So now before we go down, while we're close to the roof, I kind of want to make sure I figured that part out first just to make it a little bit easier for us later. So first of all, I'm going to go ahead and expand all of these ones in the middle up by 3. I was gonna maybe use stone walls and fences, but I think we're gonna need to use some logs because we gotta make it at least a little bit similar to what the inside was. And as you can see on the inside, we were just using flat logs. So I want to try and keep it as familiar to this base as possible because I still want to show some love to it because this is what got us through the first 200 days. And I mean, we survived. So obviously the base is a good luck charm for us. So I'm going to expand every single one of these up all the way to the roof. Now, thankfully, just before the end of the 200 days, we did get ourselves a bunch of logs. But yeah, this is all we've got left of the oak. We got mostly jungle and spruce. We are going to be using spruce logs and potentially jungle logs, but the oak logs are going to be the main trim block for this entire base. So we're going to need a lot of them. Now I'm going to connect these in the middle here. Remember, this is going to be like a balcony area up here, and down here will all be open up down to another level. All right, that is looking good, but a little bit flat. So I'm going to add some sticky outy bits to this part here, just for now, just while we've got access to it. Boom. Okay. Now stone buttons on those sticky outy bits will be absolutely beautiful, mate. It's going to give it a lot of extra detail. I mean, look at that. Just changes it so much nicer. Alrighty. So I'm going to leave this like that for now, just until we get another level dug out, just because it's kind of hard to visualize how this will look with it still not dug out. There's still a lot of digging to do, but we're going to work on the roof first. So I'm going to grab these spruce stairs. I think spruce stairs sit very nicely with oak logs. I'm going to place them just like this on each of these pillars here. And I'll grab some spruce slabs as well. And then in between that, like this, I'll add a line of them in. No. I've changed my mind again. Oh my days, this is bad. I'm going to use dark oak stairs. We do have quite a lot of dark oak logs, which is very fortunate. I'm going to turn all these bad boys into stairs. I'm going to change these to stairs just for like a trim. I think that'll be nicer. They are pretty dark against the oak, but it might work. Just bear with me. Fingers crossed it works. Otherwise, we're just going to, it's going to be absolutely dog. But let's go ahead and expand that up by 1 again. But this time, instead of using dark oak stairs, we'll go ahead and convert another half stack into slabs. All right, we got plenty. We shouldn't need any more of those. We're going to use dark oak slab like this, right? Bear with me. We're working. We're cooking up a feast, all right? And then slabs in the middle again. How is that? I think that's pretty nice. And that will obviously continue up until it meets this bit here. We're definitely going to need some scaffolding though. So let me go ahead and finish this side and we'll see how it looks and if we have to destroy it or not. Hopefully not. All right, so that is this side done. And of course I expanded the oak logs up to the top, connected them there instead, and then added this little kind of thing here because it looked weird with them just being square. And oh my days, this has really kind of made this whole side feel so much bigger. And it's literally only one side done. So once we do all the 4 sides, this is gonna look absolutely mental already, and we're not even done there. Guys, I'm telling you, this is going to be the best underground base you have ever seen in your entire goddamn lives. Oh my days, this is gonna be nuts, guys. I'm telling you, I'm calling it right now. So I'm gonna absolutely just go mental for the next 20-30 minutes and finish all the other 3 sides. I'm also gonna need to go get some oak logs from upstairs, so enjoy the time lapse of all of that. I think it's gonna look absolutely groovy. So I'll see you guys in about 15 seconds. Alright, and now that is the inside compartments kind of done. We obviously still need to work on the wall parts, but, we're working on the entire build just to get it all set up before we start adding anything into these compartments, because, that's the easy part. We got to do the hard part first. So obviously, I've dug out this roof by another 2 blocks, so, I mean, this place is feeling absolutely massive. For 1 level, it feels huge, and just remember, it's going to go down even further for a 2nd level down the bottom. Like, this is the top floor here. Now, obviously, this is going to sort of cascade up to the middle a little bit more and sort of just, I don't even know yet, but it's going to be cool. All right. I know it's going to be cool. I know that much. But now what we need to do is, of course, add in some fences along here. Just fences and gates. Now I'm going to use oak just because we've used so much spruce, like an unbelievable amount of spruce already. So I think adding spruce fences and gates in there as well is just going to be a bit too much. So let me turn the jungle logs into sticks. Now I'll create a bunch of these fences and then a bunch of these gates as well. The gates are very expensive, but you know, whatever. We got 40 of each, so that should be good. We're gonna have the fences like that and then the gates like that, because it's weird just having fences along there. I like to use this design in pretty much everything. Just looks so much better. I mean, you can do fences on the side as well and just do that, but I prefer the fences in the middle like this. I think that looks better. Not sure what I'm gonna do on the middle ones just yet. I know for sure that one's gonna be open, but I'm gonna leave them all open just for now. Ooh, we were close. We definitely have enough fences, but not enough fence gates. We need 8 more. Boom. There we go. Okay, now the fences are in. I still need to have something here because it's a little bit too flat for me. If I put just these like that. No. What if I have them facing in like that? You know what? I don't know yet. I don't know. It's a little bit hard to imagine because obviously this isn't going to actually be on the floor. So we got to dig down before we start working on that part. So for now, we'll just leave that. Oop, I've forgotten a button. Boom. Any other buttons I've forgotten? I tend to forget things here and there. Okay, it looks good to me. I have forgotten a trapdoor here. Okay, that looked weird, but it's fixed now. I think for these corners, I should just put a slab because it looks weird being empty. I'm not gonna lie. Just like that. Yeah, that's so much better. I'm not gonna lie though. I am burning an absolute hole through my stockpile of logs already. Like this thing is using so much wood. It's not even funny. Just on the trapdoors alone, I've already used an entire stack of spruce logs plus extra. They cost so much to make. It's nuts. But it's such a small thing. It's silly, very silly. But that is looking pretty good to me. Now, of course, building up more, not 100% sure how it's going to look when it's fully finished. That's going to be a bit hard, but obviously right now for me, I think it's looking pretty nice. So it's a good start to our base. Now, of course, in these corners here, I think that's where I'm going to have the staircase to go downstairs. And of course, you'll be able to jump down from here because, you know, I don't want to use the stairs. I'm going to have to use them to get up, but I don't want to use them to get down. I want to jump down. And then underneath, we're going to have pretty much the bottom floor is going to be 100% for sorting all of our items. Mostly blocks. I think this is going to be a mostly block area. But man, it is going to be so nice to finally have an actual storage. I've been saying I've been going to do this for a long time and, you know, it's finally happening. We definitely needed this bad. Our current storage has literally been hanging on by a wing and a prayer. I think almost every single chest is full. Like, mostly stone. I'm going to have a whole sort of section just for stone. But yeah, it's going to be nice. It's going to be a massive increase. So now it's time to figure out this roof, which I think is going to be a little bit difficult, but we'll figure it out. The edge is going to be pretty easy. I'm just going to dig out 2 blocks and replace them with some spruce slabs. I mean, easier said than done, of course. Actually doing it is going to be pretty tough. So it's going to be like this. I'm going to have to remove both blocks, add a bottom slab and then a top slab as well around the entire thing. So let me do that. All right, this is what we've got going so far. And it's apparent that I'm going to need some more of these scaffolding. I've only got 49 left and I need to make another square in the middle because I can't reach any of this. I think probably right here. Actually, no, I'll just go right in this corner here. I might not need to make more scaffolding. We'll see. We might have just enough. Nope, we definitely need to make some more. We don't need a whole heap more, but I'm going to see how much does a stack of string get us because I think that's our limiting factor right now. We have an absolute metric ton of bamboo. Oh, we got tons. We got so much. Let me grab some more bamboo. I might as well turn it all into it. Boom. Okay, now we've got pretty much more scaffolding than we could probably ever need. Oh, I had another stack in here anyway. Oh well. So I'm going to keep that stack on me for now because I'm sure we're going to need some more eventually. I'm not sure if this is going to reach everything just yet. All right, there we go. Now I can get rid of this middle bit. All right, this is what we got now. Looking pretty good. I'll just get rid of this gravel, which has no business being here. All right, so this is what it's looking like. I just added the slabs all the way around. We're currently sitting on day 211 and yeah, this has taken a lot longer than I was expecting. Yeah, apparently it's a lot harder to build these in survival than creative. And yeah, all my tutorials I've made in creative. So yeah, this is a new experience for me. To any of you who may have built my underground bases before, I'm so sorry. But anyhow, the next part is going to require another block dug out. I'm not going to go too high on this. I want to try and keep it a little bit lower just because, I mean, you know, that's even more work for me if I make it super high, but it's already difficult enough. So I'm just going to dig it out kind of maybe another 2 or 3 blocks right in the middle, but we'll see how we go up. Let me remove this entire level. All right, that's that's another block dug out. Let me go ahead and place in some oak logs. For the middle ones, we're going to go 2 with 1 sticking down, just like this. And then for these side ones, I'm going to go 3 and then 3 with the 4th one sticking down. Then I'm going to connect them together and then connect them once again 1 block down, like an offset. So it kind of creates a little bit of a bit more circular rather than square. So it's going to be pretty much like that all the way around. Definitely going to need to try and make a different contraption here. Man, this is going to be tough. This is going to be a really weird little bit of scaffolding here. I'm not going to lie. Oh my days, what is this? It definitely works though. I'm not going to lie. All these lines have made it a lot easier to move around up here. So it's a little bit of a weird design, but I think it'll make more sense once we get some blocks in here. I'm thinking I'm going to use some spruce stairs. I think that'll be pretty nice. All right, that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. We've already done that wood part. So now let me grab some of these bad boys. Hopefully 2 stacks will be enough. I doubt it, but hopefully we can dream. I'm gonna place these in like this, and then on something like this, place them kind of like that. Oh no, we fall. Okay, that's a bit awkward. Oh, you can sneak on these. Okay, that's good. So we'll place them like that. And then on this one here, place them around like this, with the middle one being just a oak log facing down. I think that's nice. I'm gonna do the exact same pattern on pretty much every little hole that we've got over here. So once again, let me go ahead and get that done. All right, all these stairs are in and it's looking a little bit better. We still can't properly see how this is going to look because we still need to go down, but I think I'm pretty happy at the minute. I'm just going to add in some spruce slabs, kind of like this, just on the outside of these logs. Oh, we almost fell off there. Can I reach? Oh, just look at that. I'm definitely not reaching that though. Look how close. I can barely even reach the edge. Mate, that is nuts. That is so very lucky. Okay, that's the edges. I don't like how straight these are, so I'm going to just add 3 in to kind of circle it off a little bit because it's a very 90-degree angle. And in a world full of 90-degree angles, you need to kind of limit the amount in your builds. I'm not going to lie. There we go. Okay. So now where from here? This is the tricky part. I think I'm definitely going to fill this in here just so I can kind of see it a little bit better. It's a bit hard to understand it with all those little holes there. Okay, that's nice. All right, I'm gonna need to place in a bunch more scaffolding. Let's go right through the middle if we can. I'm gonna need to grab some more. I'll dump off all this stone too because we're almost full once again. We have way too much stone. So it turns out I can just make a massive platform like this. I had no idea I could do this. This is a game changer. Oh my days. Man, this is fantastic. Okay, I'm gonna find the middle, which is right here. And I'm gonna dig out like a little circle kind of thing, just like that. And then I'm gonna grab some stone slabs just so I can curve the roof off a little bit more. So I'm going to go another 3 blocks here. I'm going to place stone slabs in. So we're left with something like this. Now I think we just make a circle. So we'll go 2, then 1, and then 2, just like this. Oh yeah. Okay, hold on. I think that's beautiful. Look at that. That's perfect. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. It's looking pretty groovy. Now I want to add in some designs into the roof, kind of like we did over here. As you can see, I added this little bit in there. So I'm going to grab a bunch of andesite, both polished and normal, and I'm going to see what we can come up with. I think I'm going to use an andesite right in the very middle block, and then just the obvious design of andesite around. Beautiful. And then on this corner, or the sides, I guess, only on the sides, not on the corners, like that. And of course, like that. I think that's pretty good. I think that's bang on what we need. Now for the lighting, I'm going to add a stone brick wall right in the very middle, fence, and a lantern. And on the edges, I'm probably going to use just a fence and a lantern like that. I don't think we need the stone brick as well. I think that's nice because it's 1 block lower than that. Let's try that. And then we'll remove all the scaffolding and see what we've got. Okay, look at that. Now we've got a bunch of light. The roof is lit up pretty well. I'm happy with that. So let's remove all this scaffolding. Now there's just a million pieces of scaffolding everywhere. All right, and this is what we're left with. I'm pretty happy with that. That's looking bloody beautiful, mate. Oh my days. Okay, now the next thing to do is, of course, dig down. How many blocks, I hear you ask? Let's go with 5. So I'll dig right in the middle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now we've got that. I am going to need to place in some oak logs here, like that, and get a ladder in there, just so we can get up and down. I'm not sure if that's going to be the main way we do it just yet, but for now, that's pretty much all we got. We don't really have another option. Now, because I desperately need to get my stone storages set up, I'm going to do just one side first, just so we can kind of figure out how we're going to do the storage, because that's going to be pretty much all of downstairs except for the middle part. Not sure what we're doing there yet, but let's dig that out, and hopefully our pick lasts long enough to do the whole thing, but we'll find out. Okay, seems like I've found myself a cave, and here I was thinking that we weren't going to have any problems this episode. Whoa, it turns out we definitely do. Oh man. Okay, I've lit up the area hopefully enough. I guess we'll find out soon. I'm going to dig one extra block just so I can get these corner pillars in. And then I'm going to dig back, I guess until I'm in line with this wall here. So we'll go up to here. This will be nice. We've already got a massively full inventory. That's just sad. Man, this new storage system is going to make this 1,000,000 times better. I'm not going to lie. It really sucks having to do this every single time. You know how much extra time we're going to have just not having to sort ourselves? Okay, and the pick is ready to go. So let me fly to the end, get this fixed up, and hopefully get this automatic storage system set up and ready to go. All right, the pickaxe is fixed, and get rid of them. I don't need them green bars or blue bars, whatever they are. Someone's bars. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue digging this thing out. I'm not 100% sure how much space I'm going to need, but I do know what design I'm going to use for the automatic chest storage system. All right, so this goes all the way up to this wall here, but before we work on that, we need to change this floor because it's pretty ugly. There's only one thing worse than an ugly floor. Obviously, that was a lie. There's nothing worse than an ugly floor. But I'm going to use jungle logs. Don't get scared. What I'm going to do is strip these bad boys. We're going to be left with this pattern here. It's going to be absolutely beautiful, mate. All right, I'm going to chuck them in like this, crisscross in, and then strip the hell out of them. I'm telling you, this is going to look fantastic. Now, I usually use oak logs for this, but I feel like we've used too much oak. Plus, yeah, I don't have enough to go around for an entire floor. I need like 8 or 9 stacks. And yeah, I'm not going to go do that right now. Honestly, this pattern doesn't look too bad. It's a little bit more low key than the strip oak is, but I think I like it a little bit more because it is a little bit more low key. You know, it's not as in your face. Hey, my God, this place is under construction. Get the hell out of here, man. Oh, you're kidding me. That's a bit annoying. I swear you should be able to craft normal logs into stripped, so you don't have to go and strip them yourself. That's a little bit inconvenient, I'm not gonna lie. We'll just move these bad boys there, chuck another torch. There we go, and I'll just chuck these torches back in just so nothing scary spawns. You know, that fight down underneath in the cave, I want that to be the only fight of today. I'm not gonna lie. All right, this is all stripped up and ready to go. This is looking so much nicer than the stone. Chuck the rest in. We still had quite a bit left, and I'm gonna grab up some more spruce stairs. Is this all we've got? I think it might be. What have we got in here? Yep, none left. I'm gonna craft up a bunch of these bad boys. Boom. We got almost 2 stacks. That should be enough. And I'm going to place these in here. Let me just fill in this floor as well. Oh my goodness. We're just cutting right through the middle of a cave. Let me light the area up as well. Like I said, we don't want to be in any fights today, all right? I'm going to add these extra oak log pillars all the way down to the bottom because they have to stretch all the way down there anyway. Okay, very, very nice. Very nice indeed. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to have chests right here, and they will be for the stone. I'm either going to have them 3 wide or 4 wide. I think 4 wide will probably be best. So let me dig that out. Let me grab all the things I need. So I know, yeah, we don't have any redstone. That's a problem. We don't have a single piece. Okay. And that is, yeah, that is not good. Do we have redstone in here? We have 4. Oh man, that is not good, guys. Not good at all. I have way too much stone. What the hell? Okay, you know what? I'm going to grab up chests. How many can we get? I use jungle logs to make whatever amount we get from a full stack of logs. 32. Okay, sure. Then I need to grab some iron. Now bring this bad boy down with me. So the chests will be lined up against here. No. One back. Against there. And if I have to keep running them up here because I forget things, I'm going to be a little bit furious. Grab these slabs. Okay. Then we can place them above just so we can open them up. All right. It'll be like this. Now behind here, this is where the story begins, guys. We need some hoppers. The hoppers will obviously go into these chests. We need another 2 blocks above that because we're going to have a comparator here right on top of this block with a hopper leading into it and then a hopper line going over it like that. So I need 3 more hoppers. Okay, 5 will do, whatever. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, this will just connect them like that. So the comparator will be right here on top of this block. Then there's going to be 2 redstone at the back of it. We need 2 more blocks, and then we need to go down 1 block like this. So this will be another redstone. I'm just trying to figure out how much room we need to dig out. That's what I'm doing here. Then we'll have a redstone repeater here facing this way with a redstone torch on this side. I'm pretty sure that's it. So for a comparator, we're going to need some quartz, which we've got plenty of, and we're going to need a bunch of redstone, which we have none of. So ladies and gentlemen, I know you don't want to see me go mining, so you're not going to have to watch that. But it is day 213 right now, and I'm going to go do a little research, see what level I need to mine at for redstone, and I guess spend 2 or 3 days just trying to get as much as I can. We don't really need that much, but you know, I just spend a couple days and see what we get. So yeah, day 213. I'll see you probably in an hour or two worth of mining and see how much we get. I know I said I'd see you guys when we finish mining, but look at this massive cave. I had to sneak all the way through the warden thing over there. Can't see it anymore because I was literally just sneaking around, but look at this enormous cave. I've already found a couple diamonds and some redstone, but there is stuff absolutely everywhere. Tons of redstone. You can't see any right now, but I've mined it all. But like, this place is just filled. Like, look at this redstone up there to the side. I thought that was diamond. No, that's a zombie. Okay. But yeah, this is going to be a lot easier than I thought, guys. I'm not going to lie. It's not, I don't think it's going to burn, baby. Yeah, this isn't going to take as long as I thought it would. Hopefully it's going to only take us a couple days, not the 5 to 10 days that I thought it was going to take. So yeah. Okay. Now for real, I'll see you guys when I'm done. Okay. I just had the most insane mining trip ever, and I know no one is gonna believe me, and thankfully I started recording it probably like 5 minutes in, so I don't have a recording of me actually getting down there, but pretty much from the time I started down there I was recording. And I'm gonna create a second channel and post the full unedited thing there, just in case any of you don't believe me. Okay, this was a real mining trip. I was absolutely shocked. I think I found like a double vein of diamonds together. It was nuts. I was there for day 210 to 216, so I think it was 6 days total. Jeez, that was almost 2 hours. That's nuts. But this is what we got. Look how many diamonds. That is ridiculous. I'm not even lying. This is nuts. So we had 22 diamonds, and yeah, now we have just over 3 stacks. What the hell? Okay, that's crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and place a temporary bench there. 21 stacks. Stacks, my god. 21 diamond blocks is mental. We were going down for redstone. Clearly, that's what I've been prioritizing, but obviously if I see diamonds, I'm gonna take them. And I did, and I took them all. All right, guys, we got absolutely loaded. I also found a bunch of iron, but yeah, if you guys don't believe me, you can go watch that, and I'll probably leave a link in the description. But we have a ton of redstone now, so I'm gonna go ahead and craft up what we need. I'm just kind of sorting through everything real quick. We got ourselves 2 stacks and 18 redstone, which should be plenty. I don't see us running out of that anytime soon now, which is fantastic news. I also found some magma blocks that I wanted to get just in case I want to make an elevator. Then we ran into a bunch of mobs, so I killed some things, and yeah, the good stuff. I also found some glowing sacks on the floor, so cool. Made sure to save a bunch of the cobble deep slate because that's something we use a lot. It's not something I enjoy mining, but yeah, now that you're all caught up, let's get back to building. So I'm gonna make a couple comparators, which is should be pretty easy to do. Yeah, there we go. 11, sure, why not? I'm also gonna make a bunch of redstone repeaters. Oh goodness, we're gonna need more sticks. This is very quickly turning into the most expensive episode that I've done, I'm not gonna lie. But thankfully we got a bunch of new iron as well because we need a lot of hoppers. But now we can go down and hopefully get this thing working. So I should be able to set this up. So I'll place down the repeaters along here, right? So I'll place the comparator facing outwards, then the redstone there. You've got the repeater underneath facing into that. So that should be everything we need to do here. I just need an item with a name to stop certain items going through. So I've named up these seeds here, and all I need to do is chuck in 4. And then if I go ahead and put in 40 pieces, or over 41, it should flow through, right? So it should stop at 41 if it's done right. Beautiful. Okay, so now if in this hopper there's cobblestone, it's not going to go through, but if there's stone, it will, right? So stone is now filtered through here using this, and it should go all the way to the bottom chest. Look at that. Oh my days, that is absolutely so fantastically awesome. I'm so happy right now. Okay, so now we've got the system sorted up. We just need to replicate this now. So if I'm just going to quickly place these in and then pretty much copy this entire thing all the way down, right? Except for the middle part because it's not going to work there. I'll show you guys soon why, but I'm just going to copy this thing all the way across. Hopefully we have enough hoppers. Hopefully we have enough wood to make enough chests. Guys, this is going to be mental. I'm so happy. I'm so unbelievably happy right now. So let me quickly get that done so you guys don't have to watch that. I'll do a time lapse. All right. So enjoy. Alright, so I've got this whole side here done, and originally I was going to keep this with no hoppers, but I figured out something. So obviously we can't go all the way back because of the roof there, Obviously that's the floor that you enter, so we can't put the hoppers there, but that only stops us from doing the filter. So at the end here, this is going to be kind of where all the things that don't get filtered go. So let me quickly make a bunch of hoppers because I used pretty much all of them. We're definitely going to need more iron. We are very, very low, and we're going to need more wood. I'm not gonna lie, we've been using a ton of it. So let me quickly make up a bunch of chests real quick with all this log. There we go. Then I'm gonna turn all this iron into hoppers. There we go, 61. Hoppers are so unbelievably expensive. We've got 32 blocks left. I guess we got all this stuff here. Let me just collect this. You know what? I'm not gonna collect the rest because that filled up my pickaxe very nicely. Maybe that's the play. And I'll turn that into it as well. Oh god, we're gonna need to make more chests again. Look how much wood we've burnt through. That's crazy. There we go. Okay, that should be enough for now. So I can show you what we're doing. Obviously not every item can be filtered because, you know, we haven't got every item, and there's going to be some random ones that don't require 4 chests. So they'll all come to these chests back here, right here. So we're going to connect them like this, just a line of them here, and then we'll connect them to end here. So it won't go any further. It'll just stop there through here, just like that. Beautiful. Nope. I've done it wrong. So this one will be the top like this. That will work perfectly. Okay. Let me collect the hoppers that went into the chest. Obviously it works. This one won't be this. This one will go back to normal. But yeah, anything that doesn't get filtered will go into these chests here, which are in line with this. So I'm going to make a mark in here just temporarily using dirt because it's the only other block I've got in my inventory, right? So these will all be filter chests. So these ones are all ready to go. I just need to put the item filters in, but now that we know exactly how far we need to dig, I can go and dig it all out. So yeah, this is going to take a while. I guess enjoy the time lapse. I've mined out the 3 other sides and it's all ready to go. I think this is pretty much all the mining we have to do for this base, pretty much, except a little bit here and there. So now the next thing we need to do is connect the hoppers from the input chest all the way around. Now I only have a stack and a half of hoppers. I don't think that's going to be enough, so I might need to make some more. I was able to survive by literally using the XP from the furnace and also mining the ores that you would have seen in the time lapse just to fix up the pick, but it got very close. I might just use this pick, to be honest. I can't be bothered going to the end. We're very, very low on wood though, so I've got to be careful. I'm hoping I've got enough, fingers crossed. Let's just turn these into chests and then the chests into hoppers. Okay, 2.5 stacks should be okay. I'm really hoping so. Now I'm gonna have to start from this side and go up by 1, so to connect there and then all the way through. Okay, so that connects all the way through to the end. Now how far do I need to go? It needs to be on this block here, so let me figure this out. So it should be this block here. It should be 7 blocks. So if I dig all the way straight, no, I missed it. Oh my days. 1 extra block. Okay, let me just make sure. So 1 2 7 8. Okay, it's the 8th block, my bad. 1 2 7 8. Beautiful. Okay, so now we can connect that all the way through. I just put 1 stone there just to cover it up a little bit, and 1 there, and then just connect this all the way through exactly like that. So I can cover this side up, and now I just need to do the exact same thing on the other 3 sides, so it all goes around the entire base. So let me just go ahead and do that. I was literally 1 hopper short all the way around, but missing this 1 hopper here. So that was pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty happy with that. But it does mean I need to make another hopper. Oh my days. I actually need to make a couple more because I still need to connect it to the input chest, which will be this one here, the cobblestone. 20 hoppers should be good. Fingers crossed. Okay, so let's head up and hopefully get this thing finished and connected up, and we can test it by throwing something in and see if it goes all the way around. So the chest is right here. This is the input chest. So I'll just connect that bad boy up, and technically, oh no, it's taking all the cobblestone. I guess this is a cobblestone chest now, whatever. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab the glow ink sacks, and technically if I put it in this hopper here, it should go all the way around. Fingers crossed those glow ink sacks end up in the output chest, otherwise we're going to have a bit of a problem. Oh, look at that, they did. Okay, so we obviously put them in this side and it goes all the way around, ends up in the output chest if there's nowhere for it to go. So it's pretty much working perfectly, which is very good news. Now I'm going to grab these seeds and I'm going to go in and start setting up some of these here. So I'll chuck in the 4 seeds. So This should stop at 41 if it's working right. Oh yeah, okay, let's go. Beautiful. So I'm gonna have 4 total sections for stone. So I got to do that 2 more times. Boom and boom. So that should stop at 41. Yup. And this one too. Perfect. So I'm going to set most of these up so they're good to go. At least mainly with the blocks that we're overflowed on right now. All right. So I've set all of these up. So now cobblestone comes to these 2. There's 4 for stone. We've got 1 for dirt, andesite, grass, gravel, granite, and of course some cobble deep slate. I just need to take out this cobblestone that went in there earlier. And the crying obsidian is for the output chest, for everything that goes through that doesn't have an input yet. So now I want to do this side as well. Kind of want to just keep it to this side for now. So hopefully I have enough chests. So let me just set up all the redstone behind this one as well. Okay, that should be the redstone done now. So if I connect all of these hoppers to the comparators, it should allow us to put the hoppers down and add in the filters. So I guess let me make a bunch more hoppers. We're down to our last 32 blocks of iron, but not for long. It's all gone. We don't have any iron left. We have 1 iron ingot and 6 iron nuggets. Yeah, that has used a lot. So we have 55 hoppers left. These are all connected to the comparators. We'll line up the hoppers to the chests and see how many we can get. Okay, we got all of them. Beautiful. Now, because there's a bunch of items going through here at the minute, it's kind of messing them up, but that's okay. We'll get the little bits added in so we can set up the filters, and then this whole section will be done. Now, I will need to go ahead and remove this line here and figure out which blocks we're going to add in. I've only got these 3 blocks to add at the minute, to be honest. So we got tuff, sand, and sandstone. So let me go add those 3 blocks in behind. Beautiful. They've all filtered through exactly how we want it. Now, I do want every type of log. Now, we haven't got many logs right now, so we're going to go with oak, spruce, dark oak. As always, make sure to name them. Beautiful. Let's get rid of that cobblestone slab. Shouldn't be in there, mate. And I guess let me go get some jungle, birch, and acacia logs. This shouldn't take too long at all, hopefully. That is enough of each log, so now let's go back and get those filters set up. So we'll go jungle, acacia, birch, just like that. And you know what? For the last 3, it works out perfectly. We can put in our 3 main leaves: spruce, jungle, and oak. So we'll go like this. Boom. Oh, that looks good in this biome, not gonna lie. So spruce, jungle, and oak. And now that's this whole row actually complete. So now when we put things into the input chest, it should all flow to the right spot. Maybe just fill these in real quick. Bravo, look at that. It's looking so much better. But obviously we're still not done. Now, because I don't have any more blocks to filter, these are the main blocks we use currently. What I'm going to do is set up all the chests on all the sides in the right spot and leave them not connected to the hoppers or any filters because there's no need for them right now. But they'll be there ready to go as soon as we have another item we want to filter. But in order to do that, I'm going to need a lot of logs. Do you see this forest? Well, it no longer exists. Well, I left a little bit there, but yeah, this is much better. Look at that. Thankfully, we haven't unlocked climate change yet in Minecraft, so we should be good. But yeah, this area is looking much more prepared, shall I say. What could it possibly be prepared for? Well, you have to find that out later. But anyway, let's go down. I had to set my inventory up like this because I was collecting so much random crap like saplings and sticks, and I'd completely filled up 2 shulkers. I was originally collecting all the extra stuff, but I ended up having to throw a lot of it out because, man, we were collecting so much just random stuff. There was so much more stuff than logs, and you know, I wanted the logs, nothing else. I don't know if that was a mistake or if we're gonna need any of that stuff. I don't think so. I collected the apples. I was doing my best to collect them, but it wasn't really my focus, so there's a lot that didn't get collected. But I'm not gonna lie, I do not want to harvest another tree again, ever. That was the worst few hours of my life. It took so much longer than I expected. But now we can actually test out this system. So if I drop all of these logs in here, and then all of these ones as well, and then I grab, oh my days, all of these, and I throw all of these into this input chest, they should go to the right chest down in our storage section. Now I'm gonna keep some of the jungle logs and some of the oak logs just because it's gonna take a while before they get down there. So let me empty up this one as well. You know, we killed a couple mobs as well. There was one stage, I mean, let me do a quick replay for you guys because I did an MLG Gamer Pro move. I'm not gonna lie, just watch. Yeah, see that? The creeper just exploded literally everything. I was very happy with that. I thought I was going to die. So I had to make sure that, I protected myself. Anyway, let's turn all this jungle log into chests. Man, that 4 stacks only gave us 2 stacks of chests. That sucks. Oh, I've got to be careful. I still need a lot of jungle logs for the top floor. Anyway, before we do the top floor, let me go ahead and extend all these pillars down to the floor. Now that we have all the sides mined out, boom, just like that. And I hope I didn't use too much spruce logs because we need a lot of them. I didn't actually farm any just then because, there were none there. Okay, we got some. Let me grab these spruce stairs. Let me just go ahead and place in all of these stairs on these corners here, just like we did on the top floor. We're going to do the same pattern, I guess, why not? And I'll place in these trapdoors. I don't have many, but I'll use what I've got. So each is going to need 4. So I think this entire stack of spruce logs here is going to become trapdoors. Trapdoors are so expensive to make, it's not fair. All right, let's do it. Almost turned them all into pressure plates. That would have sucked so hard. Man, a full stack literally only gives us 84. That is an absolute ripoff. Where does all the wood go? That doesn't make any sense at all. Come on, Mojang, fix that up, my boy. That's just disgusting. That has to be the worst deal ever. Okay, we have 28 trapdoors left. Let's try our best not to need them because I really don't want to mine any more trees. I might explode, literally explode. So I think it looks weird with these sticking like this. I'm going to do the exact same thing we did up there, just like that. Hopefully we have enough trapdoors. We should. 28. Yeah, we've definitely got enough. Okay, there we go. We did have enough. We have 12 to spare. I think this is good. It is very, very brown. There's not much color in here. I think I do have an idea to fix that because this is such an open space. There's not much I can put in here. So I might actually just put a pond or something. I can have a secret tunnel to get to the exit over there. I don't know why. We'll probably never use it, but I'm sure. It's cool. Let's see if the logs are ending up in the right chest. There's a lot of oak logs in here, so surely it is. If they don't, they should end up in here. Some jungle logs are in here. I hope that's not from over here. Oh man, I forgot about the birch. I was like, why is none of them filling up? It's the birch one that's filling up. Okay, so it's still running. That's good. Very good news. That's so nice. I'm not gonna lie. Now it's time to add in all the jungle logs, and this part is gonna be very expensive. Fingers crossed we have enough. I've got 54 in my inventory now, and oh, they're all going through the hoppers. That's a bit annoying, but I guess we'll just have to wait. I guess that was not good planning on my part. I shouldn't have turned those jungle logs into chests. That was a mistake. Need to use birch because that's one block we're not using in the build at all. Man, these chests are ridiculously expensive. I don't even think we really need this many, to be honest with you. But they need to go here, so I might as well just start placing them down, just one row at a time. Okay, to make one row, I used a stack and 52, which means each row is almost 3.5 stacks. Or just over 3.5 stacks actually, of chests, which means 7 stacks of wood, which means we still need another 15 or 16 stacks of logs total to fill out this chest room. That is crazy. I guess I better just start placing in these jungle logs. So this is what I've done. I've mined out all the stone. Now I'm going to place them all in facing one way, just like this. And now I can mine all this stone, and then just do the exact same thing. It's easier to mine this one out from the bottom, I'm not going to lie. All right, that's all mined out. I'm using the wrong pickaxe. It's turning into cobblestone. My bad. Ooh, now the jungle logs are filling up. Let's go. To place these in, I'm definitely going to have to be on the top level. Not going to work on the bottom. I've placed in one length, and now I can literally just go like this. Super easy. Oh my days. Just make sure to place in all the torches. The last thing I want is creepers blowing this stuff up. Now I just got to go ahead and strip every single one. And my axe has never been this broken before. This is crazy. All right, and that's now 2 of them done. I just got to do it 2 more times. I have no idea where I've put my shovel. I literally can't find it anywhere. Man, I can't believe that. That's so annoying. I'm gonna have to get this fortune one out again. Bro, I can't believe I've lost my shovel. Man, I loved that thing. It's literally nowhere. Ah, well, guess it's gone. All right, I'll see you guys in a second. And ladies and gentlemen, this is what we got. It's looking so much better now that the jungle logs are actually fully in. So let me put the rest down. We had almost 2 full stacks left, which was nice. At least we have some extra. So now I'm going to make up a bunch of stone slabs, just like that. I probably made up a little bit too much, but it's okay. Then I'll grab these spruce stairs and these spruce planks. I doubt we can have anywhere near enough, but let me turn these into stairs as well. So we've got 39 spruce stairs. Hopefully that's enough. Fingers crossed. Okay, and we add in these slabs just above the row of chests that we just placed down. This is so that we can open the top chest. If you didn't know, you can open it up if there's a slab or a stair on top. And then in front of that row of slabs, just going to add in some spruce stairs. Okay, we're definitely going to need more. I'm going to go ahead and do that for all of them. I'll also grab some more spruce logs from our spruce tree farm, and we shouldn't need too many, so I'll just cut a couple trees and hopefully this place will start coming together now. And this is what it's looking like now. Yeah, I ran out of chests. And these two sides are only one chest. They're not double chests. So we're going to need a whole lot more. And out of all the logs we've got a ton of oak logs. I'm going to use the rest of these jungle logs, to be honest, because I don't really need them anymore. And I'm going to use these birch logs first. So hopefully we can get enough, but I don't think so. We also need to add slabs in here because you can kind of see through and see all the redstone. So once we add the slabs in, that'll be fixed. Let me do that first. Alright, that's the slabs added in there and it looks so much better. You can't see any redstone lights now, which is exactly what we want. Let's see how many chests we get from all of these logs. So we got just over 4 stacks, which I don't think is going to cut it, but we'll see how many more we need. Okay, so this row, and half of this row is now filled in with double chests. So we're getting close, but man, this is chewing through a lot of logs. I don't even know if this is really worth it. Like, I don't think we could possibly need any more space, but I'm going to turn 4 stacks of oak logs into chests and see if that is enough. Fingers crossed, because man, this is expensive. This has to be the most expensive thing we've built so far. Okay, this is all we have left, so 2 more stacks should do it. I'm really hoping, because man, I mean, we do have a lot of oak logs luckily, but I do love an oak log. It's a beautiful log, man. It just feels wrong to turn them all into chests. So we got another 64. Fingers crossed this will be enough. Oh man, finally. Okay, we have 15 left. Thank the Lord. I need to figure out how many chests we actually have. So it's 4 high and 29 long. So that means each side has 116 double chests. So there's 464 double chests total, which is 25,056 stacks. Or 1,603,584 items. Oh my days. Yeah, we're never going to get that many items, but at least now we're never going to ever have to worry about storage. We have pretty much unlimited storage now. So yeah, that's fantastic. Is it necessary? Probably not. Is it cool? Bloody oath, it's cool. This is amazing. I think this looks awesome. And we're still obviously not done, but man, look at the wall of chests. We still have to detail the floor just around them and add in our little pond in the middle and then figure out what to do around the edges. I don't even think I can think of enough things to add into the sides, but we're gonna have to. Okay, so let's get crack-a-lackin'. So starting off with the floors, first thing we need to do is make the entire thing stone. And then I need to figure out some patterns because just the stone is pretty boring around the edges. So I think I'm gonna add something to each corner, maybe right in line with these 2 pillars here. So I'll just add in a quick polished andesite slab, and then I'll create a quick, pretty easy design, just like that. Very, very simple, but I think it looks nice. So let's do this 3 more times. And now we have these designs on all 4 corners. Can't really see it too much, but it's enough to be a little bit different, which is nice. Now between these logs, I'm going to add in some stone bricks just to separate this area from the chest room, exactly like that. And now I'm going to dig out an area for the pond and garden area, pretty much right up to these corners here. That should be big enough. I think that'll work well. So we'll grab some dirt and grass and just pretty much place it in around the edges. I think this might be a little bit small, so we might have to dig out a little bit more, even if we dig into these patterns here. Okay, it is quite a bit larger, but that's okay. We're literally winging this. Okay, that's definitely a much better size. I'll quickly expand the pond a little bit. There we go. That's a good size right there. So now I'll grab up some sand. That should be plenty. And I'll grab some cobblestone to place underneath. And I'll just start placing it around the edges, slowly moving down until we get to the middle. Just like that. Now I've grabbed some water and I'm just going to fill this whole thing up. Get out of here, mate. Come on. Boom. Just like that. And yeah, we don't need that. So I'm going to bone mill up all this sand to grow some grass. Just like that. Then I'm going to grab some lanterns and just place them along the edge here. Then I'm going to hoe up some land and plant in some wheat. Come on. Of course, we're going to have to add wheat. You know how much I love it. Now just do little streaks around the edges. Okay, I'm hoping that's not too much. I think we should be good with that. It's a nice amount of wheat. I'll start bone milling up the grass that I can. I reckon this is going to look so good. I'm going to add in a couple pieces of sugarcane around the pond. Only a couple blocks tall. Just like that. Now, what would it be without rose bushes, peonies, and cornflowers? Let me chuck some of them in. Now, I know this is crazy. Fully out of iron. So I'm going to grab these emeralds and I'm going to trade it with this guy for some lanterns. That might be the worst trade I've ever done, but you know, we need them. All right, it's important. And I'm going to go ahead and place them on the outsides of this, just on top of a spruce fence. No, that's too much wood. We're going to use stone brick walls instead. Sorry, it's not striking enough. There's too much brown. So let me try with the stone brick walls. Yeah, okay. That's a bit nicer. There we go. Okay, now we've got some extra light so I can remove these torches. All right, it's coming together. Okay, very nicely. Now I'm going to grab some of these leaves in here and I'm going to place them around the outside just on top of the stone. And I will need some azalea bushes. So let's go grab some. There's a couple here already, but if I bone meal one of these, hey, come on, man. I'm busy. And then I harvest the tree. It should drop a ton of azalea bushes. Yeah, we got a few. We got some flowering ones as well. That's nice. So I just got to do that a couple more times. I might as well try and collect this rooted dirt as well. When you spawn a tree, it turns the bottom block into rooted dirt and you can just collect it like that. Absolutely perfect, mate. All right, we got 27 plus 11 flowering, a little bit of extra oak logs, and then 9 rooted dirt. So let's head back. Man, I need to get a speed 2 beacon just to get around this place. I'm not going to lie. That should be our next thing to try and strive for. Anyway, let's chuck in some of these azalea bushes around. Oh, come on, man. Okay, I think that should be nice. Now I just need to wait for all the grass to grow so I can bone meal it. There's still a couple pieces of dirt left, and I should probably start bone milling some of this wheat. It's going to definitely grow on its own, but I kind of just want to see what it's going to look like because I'm not sure if it's even going to look good. So hopefully it does. I'm not going to lie, I think it filled up the area quite nicely. This entire base is filled mostly with brown and grey, so having this nice garden in the middle is a very nice touch. Let's go ahead and grow some more grass and hopefully get a couple more colorful flowers in there as well. But what do you guys think about that? I think it's looking good. There's one more thing we need to do. It's going to require some buckets and a lot of dedication. Well, we got 40 gunpowder. We can make a ton of rockets. Let's go. Now we got 42. Okay, we're good. So we're going to head right down here. Bam. Okay, let's see if we can find some fish. Now I did see fish when we were building here before, but I'm not really seeing any right now. Oh, here we go. Come here, mate. Wait, how do you catch fish? Hey. Oh, okay. You have to have the bucket full. Okay. I've never caught fish before. I'm not going to lie. Hey. I want more colorful fish. Oh, that's a colorful fish. Oh, tropical fish. How do I get rid of this cod? I don't want cod. I want tropical. There we go. Okay, we got 2 tropical. That's so easy. I didn't think it was going to be that easy. I thought this was going to be like a decent challenge, but yeah, apparently not. I guess the question is, can you breed them? I have no idea. That's a question for Dr. Google, I think. Bam, bam, and bam. Do I need to name them? I don't think so. Surely not. I think I'm going to ask Google. So apparently they shouldn't despawn if you put them in there with a bucket. So we should be good. We've only got 3 in there though, so I'm going to have to go catch another 3. I think 6 will be nice. Any more than that's probably a little bit overkill. Let's go over here this time, see if there's different fish. Oh, hello, my friends. Got some red and white ones. Yoink. Oh, we got some Finding Nemo ones. And yoink. You know what? I'm going to get 2 Finding Nemo ones. Yoink. And we'll head back into our base and get them bad boys in their new home. Boom, boom. And boom. Enjoy your new little underground pond, okay? Believe me, it's gonna stay nice and room temperature. I don't know if they're like that, but yeah. I definitely need to find some coral to add some color in there, but that's for another day. I'm pretty happy with this. I need you guys to let me know what you think, or if you have a better idea. You know, we can always remove this. This part's easy to just get rid of, but I kind of like it. But if anyone has any better suggestions, let me know, because I kind of just needed to fill the area and it was very empty and boring. So this is not empty and boring. So now that's the downstairs done. Now we need to work on the upstairs. So first of all, we need to connect them all together. So I'm going to have to dig a 3-block hole like this and then connect it like this with some stone stairs. It's simple and easy, but it gets the job done. There we go. All 4 sides are now connected together. And now on the other 3 of these middle ones, I was potentially going to have some ladders, but not anymore. So we're just going to connect them and stop people from falling off, just like this. Boom, boom, boom. All right, this is coming along very nicely. Now on the bottom floor, in those middle ones, I'm going to add a little design just because this one's got that there, the ladder. So I'm going to add something at least. I'm thinking some stairs and a slab and some randomly placed leaves. Now I'll move these trapdoors. They don't kind of stopping me from placing extra leaves. Just like that, you know, I don't know exactly what it is, but it's something, and it adds a bit of extra color, which is something we desperately need. Okay, that's all 3 sides done. Very nice. Okay, so now it's time to work on the top floor again. now that I've placed those in. Now for these front ones, I'm going to add in something like this, very similar to what I did over here. I'm going to fill it up with furnaces, just like that, just like that. And then on this side, we're going to have a crafting table, a whole section dedicated to a crafting table. I know that might be overkill, but we have so much space that we just need to fill in. So I have the crafting table here. I'm going to make a bunch of flower pots. Now add in some flowers just to make it look a little less empty. Look, I'm not 100% sure right now. I'm very limited on what I can put in. Now on the very opposite side, I'm going to put in a bedroom. I mean, it's about time we have a bedroom. We haven't had a real one forever. Oh, hold on. We've got a bit of a problem here. It'll have to go up by that much. Okay. Well, maybe we'll have it in line with over here, just like that. Sure. Look, it's a very small bedroom, but it is definitely a bedroom compared to what we had before. So I'll quickly set the spawn point. At least it will drop in there when we come out of the end now. Now, another thing we need is an end portal. So I'm going to have one right here. Once again, we'll have to go up by some blocks like that. That's bad designing by me, I guess, but it's not really a huge issue. So we'll get the portal added in right here and boom, add in the fences to stop the piglins coming through, and we finally have access to the end again. Let's see what we get on the other side. Oh my god. Oh, we're in the exact same spot that we were before. That's cool, I guess. Yeah, the Nether is not a place I really want to stay for long, so let's get out of here. So we need a brewing area. I do want to start brewing, so let's go make a brewing area finally. We have 5 brewing stands. I think it makes the most amount of sense to have this right next to our bedroom. So we got the Nether portal on the left and a brewing area just on the right. Make sure to collect this iron, to be honest. I'll need it, mate. So we'll add our 5 brewing stands in. Very nice. And then just beside here, we're going to have a nether wart farm. So I'll dig this out a little bit, have this go up by 1 block. Then we'll probably have this 5 blocks deep, just like this. And I guess we'll go to the nether to grab ourselves some soul sand. Now, I want to be in here as little as possible. So let's hope we can find some straight away. I just wrote the coordinates down in chat so I can get back here. Soul sand can't be too hard to find, right? Surely. It is so much easier to get through the nether when you have an elytra. Last time we came here, we did not. Oh, look, another fortress. Man, look at this place. It is just scary. Oh, here we go. This is what we need. We don't need much. You know, soul soil would be a nice block to have too. I'm not going to lie. But I'm going to grab these bone blocks just because I do love me some bone meal. And I mean, they don't look too bad, to be honest. Might as well grab these ones too before we get out of here. Before we skedaddle. All right, those ghasts make weird noises. Let's get out of here. Oh my days. Oh, he's firing at us. Yeah, he's not even got a chance. We're gonna be gone. It's kind of beautiful through here in a weird way. The shaders make it extra creepy, I'm not gonna lie. And get out of here. I'm not staying here any longer than I have to. Oh man, I'm glad to be back. We were literally gone for like not even a couple minutes, but it was a couple minutes too long. So I'll chuck in the soul sand right in here. You're kidding me. Are you serious? I didn't even get enough. I can't believe that. All right, let me go get some more. All right, that's better. And I'll just fill it up with the nether wart. And thankfully, we don't need a huge amount. So this little farm is all we're ever going to need. Beautiful. So I'm going to move the enchanting table room in there as well. Now I'll also put some in here. Some leaves, that is. Just because it felt a bit weird having this one with no green and the others with green. I think that's a bit better. So this is the enchanting room. It's obviously not done yet. I want to add a little bit of amethyst crystals in here. I think that'll be very nice. But it is so much better than what it was before. I really like how that's turned out. Got the nether portal, our bedroom, ruin stand area, and some nether wart farms. Now we still have 5 compartments on this side and 5 compartments on that side, as well as 2 compartments over here that I'm still not sure 100% what we're going to do with yet. Now I think the middle compartment here, if we head straight this way, it'll take us to the front hand side of the base. So I think I might make another tunnel going that way. And on the other side, I could make a tunnel which takes us all the way to our end portal. So I think that's what I'm going to do in those middle ones. But right now for the other compartments, I'm pretty stumped. So if you guys have any suggestions for what we should add, please make sure to let me know down below. But overall, I'm really happy with how this turned out. I think it looks awesome. And it is a whole lot better than our previous base. I mean, just look at this compared to, this. So this base got us through the first 200 days. And I think this base will get us through the next 1,000. If we survive, of course, because we're still having a bunch of close calls, which is not good. I need to get a bit more careful. Now, the only thing left to do is start transferring all the items from up here into the downstairs. So I need to make a bunch of item frames just like that and start creating some chests for items which you're not going to have in a huge quantity. These are the ones that don't necessarily need massive item filters. Well, at least for now. So I'm going to start over here with some mob drops. Yes, we're finally going to have them sorted. How good is that? I should probably put all this in shulkers instead of making a million trips. Now I guess we'll start sorting the minerals. I'm also making sure to fill up this chest because I know these items are going to go exactly where they need to, so there's no need for me to filter them by hand. Wow, look at this. It is coming together so nicely. This one will be emerald. I guess I'll quickly go get an emerald so I can fill it in instead of having it blank. Boom. There we go. So obviously I'm trying to keep all the items on one side and all the blocks will be on that side. And then of course, when we have bulk items, they're going to be on the floor like this. So this whole side here is bulk items, and I'm thinking maybe the opposite side also will just be bulk items, and then both the sides will be for individual manual filtering. So obviously these chests will fill up, and when I'm excited or when I'm bothered to, I'm going to come in here and manually filter these items just until I have a better solution, because right now I haven't got a huge amount of items, and you know, there's no point setting up these filters for items I don't actually have much of. Now we'll do all the crops. I'm not going to lie, I'm going to need to make more item frames. I can now very easily find exactly what I'm looking for. This is so much nicer. Can't believe it took me so long to do. And on this side it's going to be blocks. So I'm going to go through all of my chests upstairs and get everything down here. This is going to take a while. So everything is now transferred over. We have a bunch of different chests for these blocks and even more chests for items. Now there was one thing I wanted to do. It is kind of hard to see what blocks are here. So I thought a way to fix that would be to grab some of these stone brick stairs. Maybe need a couple more, we'll find out. And just remove this entire line of stone here and replace it with stone brick stairs like this, so you can much more clearly see what block is there. You can see the side of it now as well. Plus it kind of gives a better outline. And with that, I think this base is pretty good to go now. So we obviously have so much room to expand. Obviously downstairs we've got a bunch of chests that are still empty and ready to be designated. And on the top floor we have plenty of space to expand and stretch our legs. Now obviously, this base is incomplete, but I wanted to make sure that there was space for us to expand when we needed to. And with this side here and that side over there, there is plenty of space to do that. So I'm sure this base is going to last us a very long time. And I'm very happy with how it looks. It looks so beautiful. Obviously, once we get the sides done as well, it's going to look even better, but I'm just so happy with this. This is fantastic. And even down here, it's so easy to find things now. We've got basically every item sorted. We have bulk items sorted over here, and then bulk blocks sorted over here. Plus, we have some cute little fish swimming around in our pond, which is awesome. Very, very nice. And we already have a guest who's taken a grass block, I think. Okay, he hasn't taken a grass block from in here, luckily, but I don't like him walking around with that. He's going to place that somewhere and ruin our base, like someone has with his gravel. What the hell? Now, thankfully, our base is ready to go and be used and make our life so much easier. Like I said before, if you guys have any ideas for what to add into here, make sure to leave a comment down below so I can go through and get some inspiration, I guess. But yeah, this is phenomenal. I'm so happy with this. Now at least, I mean, we have this little, I guess this is now a hallway. At least this entrance is now a grand entrance into a grand base. This base is so insane. I'm in love with it. Oh my days. I hope you guys love it as much as me. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching. If you're here to the end, you're an absolute legend. And I'm sure I will see you again very soon. Peace out.